Alright, so what I got here is a V guitar. This is one of the first guitars that I ever built. It is the first guitar that I ever sold. Probably 05, I guess, 06 in that area is whenever I built it and sold it. Anyways, I was talking to the guy that bought this, and I seen it, and he wanted me to basically do a bunch of work to it, or I wanted to do a bunch of work to it, because I seen there's just a bunch of stuff that's wrong with it. When I built this, I didn't really. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I was just starting out building guitars. The fact that it actually sold is pretty amazing if you actually take a look at it. We're going to look at it here in a minute of everything that's wrong with it. And basically, really the only thing that's wrong with it is the setup. You know, the setup at the 12th fret, the nut height. The nut height is actually not bad. Truss rod adjustment, stuff like that. It actually sounds good. It's just the playability of it's not that great. It's a little heavy. It's about 8.5 pounds. That's not too bad. I built this, like I said, 05 or 06 in that area somewhere. It was the first guitar I sold. One of the first guitars I built. And I put dice on for knobs instead of using knobs. And it's 1.5 inches. I don't know how thick it is. It's an ash body though, painted ash body. It's got this crappy looking cover on the back I don't care for. It's got not a neck plate, but I don't know what you call them, the furrows, the neck furrows. You got a strap here that I don't know how good that's going to work, so we might end up moving that. I don't care for this peg head. He seems to like it. I don't care for it. And we'll see what happens with that. I don't know what we're going to do with that. But anyways, ash body, maple neck, rosewood fretboard, 25.5 inch scale. I don't remember what kind of pickups they are. They're nothing special. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with this yet. Pneumatic bridge and a stop tailpiece. And it's got, I don't know what kind of tuners it's got on it. Go-toes it look like. So anyways, like a volume of tone and a 3-way toggle. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff wrong with this, and we're going to go over that, and then we're going to strip it down and get ready to start fixing this thing back up. So if you look at this, the first thing that's wrong with this is the neck. If you look here, you can see how high that neck's sitting on the body. So the neck, to me, needs to come down. So we're going to take this neck out and drop that heel down farther. Now, the height at the nut here, I'm thinking it's pretty high. It should be like between 18 and 22 in that area. I don't know. It looks like it's a little bit higher than that. And I'm not sure that it's going to intonate. I don't know about that. This neck angle here too, the problem with this is there's no angle on the neck at all, so it's like a Fender straight neck. So these strings aren't really being pulled down. These four are, but these two aren't really. I don't know. I guess it's alright. It's got a graphite nut on it though. So he seems to like the peg head here. And it's his guitar, he paid for it, so if that's what he wants, that's the reason I get it. Although I won't do a peg head like this. Again, I got my own peg head design that I put on mine, so, you know, I'm tempted to put my design on, but I talked to him, and I'll talk to him again, because I would rather have my peg head design on, but at the end of the day, when I built this, I really wasn't trying to sell guitars. It was one of the things where he knew I built them. He said, "Hey, can you build me this?" And he basically wanted kind of a Jackson kind-ish guitar. It's kind of, I guess the peg head's kind of Jackson-ish. I don't know. Like a Jackson, I don't know. Maybe not. But anyways, the neck the back of the neck's really thick. So I'm going to probably just radius that a little bit, try to get that fixed. Some of the stuff I want to do to this is I'm going to try to put binding around the peg head. I was going to do some inlays, but I forgot I got these nice inlays in there right now, so I'm going to leave them in and just put the binding around. We're going to pull the frets out. We'll probably reuse the frets, clean the fretboard up. I don't know about the nut yet. We'll have to see when we get to that point there. And we're going to basically reuse everything on here. I'm going to get rid of this cover. I don't like it. It looks to me crappy, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I thought about putting some binding around the body here. I don't know yet. I've thought about putting some red binding or some white binding, around the body. Maybe apply like a white, black, white or something around here. Like I said, we'll see. The pickups, at one point when I first talked to him, I said about making him a set of pickups. But he didn't say yay or nay on that, so that's kind of like, if I want to, I will. If I want to, I can. If I don't, it's no big deal. I think they sound pretty good, though. We're going to keep the dices, and knob. We'll keep that. And we'll keep this. The only thing I might do is I could move this down to back here instead of up front. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to sand down the body. It is an ash body, and if you look on certain angles, I don't know if you can see it or not. You can see the grain right there. The grain of the wood through. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm looking to get it painted, repainted to get to a nice high gloss finish. I kind of want to hot rod it, kind of make it, I don't know, instead of having just one solid color, doing something else. I don't know what else I'm going to do besides the binding, but maybe painting something else on it. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But basically, we're going to tear it apart. I'm going to keep, like I said, most of the stuff. Mostly the neck needs fixed. Probably the nut's going to need lowered. Maybe a nut. We're going to lower the neck here. Lower the neck. That'll lower these pickups. That'll lower the bridge. To make it more playable. Give it a good setup. Give it level the frets. Make sure the neck's straight. Take some meat off the neck. Make the neck a little bit thinner. And we'll probably end up throwing my logo on the peg head before we're all said and done. And then get a good coat of lacquer on it. Sand it down, buff it out, make it look pretty. Okay, so I don't know if this is a 25.5 inch scale or 24 3/4. We'll find out. Just 25.5. 25.5 inch scale. Let's take a look and see what we got on the nut right here real quick. So like I said, it should be between 18 and 22 ballpark. And 18, it's not 18, it's a lot more than that. Probably like a just 25. It's closer than I thought. It's within specs, I think. 25 is too thick. Let's try 22. There you go. It's on the outer end. It's 22 thousandths of an inch up there to nut. It's on the outer end of what it should be. The truss rod at the 7th fret, I think it should be right around the 12th, I believe, if I can do this. I'm going to do that. I need a capo to do that. I ain't got a capo. I ain't got a capo. My capo's in the house, so you can eyeball it, I guess. Hold down, hold down. I don't know. It might be alright. At the 12th fret, you're looking at I gotta find my tools. it's high at the 12th fret. So definitely the action definitely needs to, the bridge definitely needs to come down. That might be a problem, because if you start lowering this bridge down to where it needs to be and you lower this neck, this bridge might not come down far enough for this to lower. Of course, we can put a shim back here and get that neck angled, you know, up a little bit, and that would fix that problem. See if I can do it. See if I can fix it without putting a shim in there. Is what we're going to look at doing. But I definitely want to get this apart and see what these pickups are. I thought at one time they were like a set of BC Riches, but I don't think they are. I think if they had BC Riches, they'd say BC Rich on. Okay. So that's about it with this guitar. We're definitely going to strip it down to bare. I mean, we're going to take it completely apart. Take everything, take the tuners out, pickups, bridge, everything off. Clean up this body. Like I said, make sure this neck's going to work. Make sure there's not nothing too major with this neck. If there is, then I'll give him a call and we'll talk about, if I got to put a new neck on, I might put my design on the picket if it's still good. I don't think it's twisted or anything. If I look at it, I don't think it's twisted or anything. But you won't know till I look at it more. I really haven't looked at it that much. But yeah, we're going to do that. I don't know about the pickups yet, whether I'm going to wind this set or try to reuse these. And we'll get that to work apart. So we'll tear it all apart, and we'll see you in the next one, man.